Hello.
Hello, Mia.
Just want to call you and
I know it's a bit weird to say this now.
什么？
对吧？妈，我爱你，我爱你。
We actually want to invite you to make a phone call to your mother to just say how much you appreciate her for everything she's done for you so far. Yeah.
hello, mommy.
Hello.
I just want to say like thank you.
谢谢你。
你在笑我什么事？
没有事情，没有事情。
哎，我啦。
I love you 啊，我暑假这个啊，老婆为菜呗。
哎呦，突然间你喝醉酒啊？
没有啦，那个喝醉。We love you very much.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for your nice vacation.
Like thank you for taking care of me. And
现在过得怎样？好吗？
Thank you for taking care of me. Yeah. No.
都不听话的时候，你都没有真的放弃我们，都一直鼓励着我们。
好，谢谢你在这10多年来一个人把我们3个人带大，我知道很不容易，而且我们很不乖。
Thanks for loving me so unconditionally. 我以前有一些跟你没大没小这样哦，你要原谅我。
Are you crying? Huh? Don't be silly. Come on. 哎呀，说自己100年的事情了，忘到什么都忘到干净了，还哪来讲？这是妈咪应该做的吗？只要你们以后自己过得好，妈咪就开心了咯。Unconditional mother's love is the mother instinct. So I love you too.
We love you.
Thank you for being my mom. Thank you for supporting me throughout my life. Ya, Papa, Mama. Mama suka Mama. Nak suka.
疼死你啊！
Hello everyone, good morning. That was a touching video, wasn't it? Makes you want to cry. And today is indeed a very special day. It's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you're having a meaningful start to the day. And here we are again today at the start of a live show. And as with the one that I did the last time, I'm also bringing in some guests as well as people in the community whom I think you would benefit from listening to their stories. Today's a meaningful day, and I wanted to also bring on board people who have had very meaningful stories to share, and they are very special indeed because the two ladies that I have today joining us are actually the winners of the BBE Inspirational Women Award, Inspiring Women Award. And they are none other than Lenny. Here you can see them on the picture. And also Elisa, that's her with her parents there. And I am just so excited to have them here. So Lenny is actually a single mother. She's been working so hard. She's had a very, very tough time. And I'm very grateful that she's very candid and very willing to share her story. Actually, the first time I met her was at MPS. She was in a bit of some trouble then because she was going through a divorce and her ex-husband had actually put debts in her name, and it made it very difficult for her to move on. So she had to struggle, and she's been basically the sole breadwinner since her daughter was 5 years old, and also caring for her ailing father, and actually a mother figure to her whole family, her siblings. So I think that's something interesting for us to hear. Um, and Elisa, I'm a fan of hers. She's amazing. She is actually the founder and creative director of Will and Well. It's actually a company she built from her own hard work, her own efforts, because she really felt the importance of actually supporting and giving dignity to people with special needs. So she makes apparel for people with special needs to make it functional and convenient for them to use. And I find that very amazing. I found out about her when I was reading the papers and I got really excited when I found out that she was living in Bukit Batok East. As fate would have it, we met at an event and I managed to track her down. And here she is today as well. She's attributed her success to her parents' upbringing and her mother especially. And I really like to hear their stories. So welcome, Lenny and
Hi.
Lisa.
Happy Mother's
Hello.
Day.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. So happy to see you guys. So I see Lisa, you're in your what do you call it?
Bisexual.
Yes, that's right. With all their sewing machines down there. Very nice. So,
Yep.
Lenny, you look very pretty today. You're
Thank you
celebrating
so
Mother's Day.
much. Thank you. Happy
So
Mother's
good.
Day to you, madam.
Thank you, thank you. It has been a crazy start because my son needed to be taken care of before I could
Yeah,
settle
it,
this.
it's
So
like that. Yeah, during the circuit breaker, I think the bonding is much closer. Our children are closer
yes.
to us, right?
Yeah, because they're spending so much time. I'm a bit worried that after this, he'll be so clingy. So I have to have a deal with my husband every time I do something like this. You know, he needs to be with my son. Yeah. How are you guys doing? How's everyone? And how do
Good,
you
good.
feel about the video? It's a bit touching, huh? Mother's Day.
Yeah, actually, I'm feeling emotional already.
Oh dear. Okay, let's not get there first. Maybe what would be nice. Maybe Elisa, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, and also in particular touch on how your mother has influenced your life. You know, and I suppose because today the show is a tribute to mothers, so perhaps let us know about your story.
Right. So, at Will and Well, we design apparel to support all of the minorities, and that includes like persons with disabilities, elderlies, caregivers. Really, the list goes on for as long as there's a dressing challenge to address. And my mom, she's amazing. She is that kind of woman that um, that that doesn't talk much, but she expresses through actions. I remember the days when I was training as a fashion designer, and I would work all the way till morning, and she would always be the one who gets me my breakfast. She would her heart would ache like at at that instance when she comes into the study room and she sees me still working, and then she's like, how can I help you? um there are mornings where there are days when I just cannot wake up because it's just too hard, and all I do is I just reach out my hand and she will pull me up, and then and then she will give me a hug, and that's how I get my tough days started, and I still do that even like to today. I'm 26. But I think it will always be like that, honestly, for as long as I'm a daughter of hers. I think that's the blessing I have, with a mother around.
Oh my goodness, it's so familiar and it made me want to really cry because it's such a similar sort of experience I've had with my mom. You know, she's just been my backbone. I I remember occasions where, you know, physically she's just there to kind of pull me out of bed. I had a bad bout of fever on during when I was in doing my PSLE, and I was on my last paper, and I was so sick, and she stayed up all night putting asam on my head to cool me down. And I think she stayed awake the whole night. She was reading notes to me because I couldn't get up to. So it was my science paper last, and many a times, I mean, I would wake up in the middle of the night, seeing her do little things for me. Throughout the course of my life, like I remembered my 6th birthday, she was busy baking a cake And in the middle of the night, I saw her preparing things for like the birthday party in class and all that. So yeah, there are many moments where our mothers do that, and I still do. You're right. I'm almost 40, Elisa, and I still my parents. Oh my goodness, the last few moments I had that arm ache, which is such a childish thing. I caught my parents crying in the middle of the night because it was hurt. They had to come to my house. They live very nearby. They're like upstairs, and they had to come to just massage. And that's how spoiled I am. But it really, their love is unconditional. And I suppose, Lenny, you could really relate to that because you, I'm
Yeah,
sure, love your daughter,
of
and
course.
you
I
have
love
been
my
a mother
daughter.
figure. You've been a mother figure to your siblings
Yes,
for the
yes.
yeah. Maybe tell us
Actually,
a little bit about that.
my parents separated when I was 18 years old, so my brother was all still in school. So I'm actually the one who took care of them. So I'm like a mother to them. Um, if they are there, I love them so much. I'm getting emotional.
Mm.
Sorry. Okay. I'm very happy to hear that Eliza, your mom is there for you. Madam Rayu, your mom is there for you. My mom is there for me also, but it's just that she left us for Malaysia. She stayed there. So my father is actually the mother figure in the family. So I learned a lot from my father. To love, to care, being kind to people, being humble. So I put that to my siblings so that they will be good and kind-hearted people. So basically, yeah, we have a very close bond. My brother have a very close bond with me. So now my daughter, looking at how much I love my brother, she actually follow. She said, "Mom, how come you love your brother so much?" I said, "They are my life. My sibling is my life." So I told my daughter to never hate people, be humble, stay strong. Uh, so that's how is it lah.
I, I forgot to prepare something for the show. I forgot to take tissue, and now I'm trying to hold back tears because I can run off from this setup now.
Because
Oh
hearing
my
hearing
goodness.
how much you guys have a mother beside you, I am being a mother to my siblings and my daughter. So I feel what your mother is
Mm. And
feeling towards both of you.
you're
Yeah.
so right. The celebration is not just about women who are mothers biologically,
Mm.
but many of them who are mother figures. There's some
Yeah.
women who are just the aunties in our life, unmarried, and just doting on us the whole time, getting us
Yes.
little things. Um, and this is to them too. It's for them too. Today is for them too. An appreciation and gratitude for all the people who have done the motherly duties of
Yeah.
you know,
Correct.
um, helping that pain go away, giving us those hugs on days we just really don't feel like getting out of bed. And yeah, oh my goodness, that's something to take note of next time I do shows with ladies like you guys who need to put tissues. Anyway, it's just really meaningful, and it's a little bit sad today, I guess, because for some of those who are not living with their mothers, like you, Lenny, your mother's apart, and it's a bit sad because you can't celebrate. So celebrations have to be held off for a while. But maybe let's to avoid this flood.
Blood.
Let's go to some lighter stuff because I know we prepared like an album of sorts. So you guys can share a bit of your stories.
Yeah, that
Maybe
should be
we could
interesting.
pull out some photos, and then we can talk about your life and all the meaningful things you have. Maybe
Mm.
you have some photos also, Lenny. I think all of you have.
Yes, yes.
There's Lenny.
Okay. If,
Nice.
the first picture that you saw there, my daughter is
Mm.
only in primary one. She
Oh,
won the best reading in primary one. She
oh,
actually is the only student who can read. The only student
oh,
in the whole primary one. She is
class.
the
Oh,
only
in the
one
whole.
in the whole primary one in Madrasah Al Irshad. She is the only one who can read. That is an achievement.
Um,
Yeah. So that
wow.
photo really means a lot to me. So the second one that you see here is when she took her PSLE result. We were very very late actually to take the result from Bukit Batok to Toa Payoh in the bus. I actually asked her a lot of questions. I say, hey, how when you go to secondary, so what secondary you want to go? Then she keep on saying, oh mommy, I want Aljunied, I want Aljunied. I hope that I can get express. So when we reach the school, the ustazah bring us to the hall, and I was so happy. She got an express stream, and she get madrasah Aljunied, and that's what she wants. So I'm very very proud of her.
So what happened that day? You were late, and then when you came, people were still there, or there was
The people were
they
still there, but we were the last one to enter the school hall. So
okay.
when we entered the school hall, then my daughter's name was being called up. And she
Oh
was,
wow.
yeah, she's being called up. So I was like, how come her name was being called up? Oh, because she is, I think she is being given an award for best leadership. Yes, best leadership
Wonderful.
in class. I'm very
That's
proud of her.
wonderful.
Seriously, that means
Yeah.
I did. As long as what I know, we as a single mother, we don't fail ourselves. That means the strong will, the willpower that we have, um, it keeps us moving forward, going through all the
Wow.
obstacle in life. Yeah,
This must be a very proud moment for you. I mean, these are few
very,
proud
very.
moments. It's just really
Yeah,
amazing. And
yes. You see her
what
smile. She was very. The smile shows it all.
what is your secret to, I think a lot of parents, despite your challenges, you've managed to raise someone who is achieving very well in
Yeah,
school and
actually,
doing well.
I'm not really a strict mom. I make sure that my daughter actually treat me like her best friend. So
Mm.
she share her problems, she share her sadness, her happiness, her problems with friends or anything with me. I want her to get that um closeness with me, saying that, Mom, I have something to tell you. It's not that I open the door and say, Dawisha, you have something to tell me. No, I want her to, Mom, I want to tell you something, because I don't get
Mm.
that from my mother.
Oh,
I don't get that from my mother. So I want my daughter to get that from me. Like how
oh,
I always um took care of my siblings and ask what's their problem. I will input that with my daughter, because they are my life. They are my
yeah,
life.
so touching. You have one last photo over there. Is it a tent?
Yes, it's a tent. You know the one in East Coast. Right now they all do the very nice tent, and
Oh,
then they
yes,
have
yes,
good
I've seen that.
cushion. Yes, so
Yeah.
we took a very
They
nice.
said they call it glamping, right?
Yes,
Glamour
correct.
camping.
Glamping. So it's a very nice moment. The sunset. So I told my brother, "Hey, can you take a photo of us together?" And yeah, that's a very beautiful photo for me. It means a lot, like looking at my daughter, and my daughter is like having a thought, oh my mom, I have something to look forward to, something like that lah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Now,
You're
I want to look at
welcome.
Lisa's album as well. I'm sure she's got some lovely photos to share with us as well. Oh, wow. This is amazing. This is a beautiful shot. Is it a client, Lisa?
Yes, it is. So we hold this like so simple classes, right? Where we design the workshop in such a way that caregivers or anyone can pick up the skills that we have in design thinking, in innovating, and also, of course, the technical skills, so that they can help themselves and their loved ones at home with their existing wardrobe. And so this is Zora. Zora is amazing. She's just so spontaneous about anything. So she had actually gotten into an accident, and so she has lost any mobility or any strength from neck down. So she doesn't feed herself also because she just doesn't have that strength to do so. But look over here. She actually we navigated a way that she could actually even hold a needle, and she could sew. And so after that whole session, or rather even in the session, she was sewing her own and readapting her own apparels, which she was absolutely blown away by herself as well. And all of us there that had witnessed it also was it's absolutely memorable, because this is really why we do what we do at Will and Well. Even if it's with one person, it really means a lot. Yeah.
How does clients like Zora come to know about you? How does she get recommended? I'm just
It's
curious.
it's very fascinating. So Zora goes to SPD, and so I think it's her therapist there, or her manager there that had introduced her to Will and Well, told her to just reach out to us, and then she just dropped an Instagram message, and that's how we got linked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
she directly made the arrangements with you to
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I'm so inspired by her as well as you. I think because the fact that you said that she was really not able to do much herself, but still, in this moment, I think that's empowering and that's amazing. I feel that it's it's this opportunities that we have to kind of empower someone, which makes it like so much greater, and that's such a meaningful work that you're doing, Elisa. I'm sure your mom is very proud of you and seeing how
I
you
think I
do
think
this.
yeah. I think a lot of why I can do what I do today, to extend that kind of care and attention to people, to the minorities, is also very much because I have gotten a lot of that at home, from my parents, from my mom and my dad, and that's why I think, with much that I've received, it's also as much as I should be able to extend to my society as well.
Wow, that's a very powerful statement, and I'm sure you'll continue to do that. And we have some more photos, I'm sure. I hope we can continue this conversation. What's the
Yes,
next one? Oh, back to Lenny.
back to Lenny.
Lenny,
Yes.
family
Yes. So
photos.
this is my wonderful family. So the first
Oh,
picture that
wow.
you saw here is actually my dad's birthday. So we make it a habit that every year we surprise him with any kind of surprises, like cakes lah, and then sometimes we surprise him downstairs in the void deck like with a cake also. So he will feel he is the type of person he always appreciate. That's a very important thing that he always taught us. Appreciate whatever you have in life. So he appreciate whatever what that we do for him. So that's my siblings over there. So the second picture, that's my mom. So this is when
Oh,
she came back to Singapore and meet us, and then we went out with her. I think that is Mother's Day, a few years back. I haven't have my hijab, and my brother is still very very young. So that's also one of the greatest moment, because when we didn't meet our mother for such a long time, then when we meet her, it's like the whole universe it belongs to us. So that's her. And then the last picture is with my father again. It's our Hari Raya. Always looking forward for Hari Raya, because my father will cook for us. He
oh,
will cook a lot
wow.
of dishes for us. Yeah, it's everybody is like looking forward for my father rendang. It's very very nice. It's very nice.
Yeah. It's very touching, and I'm especially I do honestly divorce matters. I'm a lawyer, right? And divorce is tough on the
Yes.
family, and
Yes.
but you're a parent for life, and the impact that you have on your children is significant, even after the marriage ends. And so I know that it's been a challenge, but I'm happy to see that you're still having a relationship with your mother, and that
Yeah.
the values of the family is something that you continue to keep alive. I think that's just lovely. And talk about Hari Raya, it's also very poignant, right? This year is going to be something different as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Correct.
is your father still cooking? Is he
Yes,
still well
even though
enough to
he
cook?
even though he is not well, he makes sure his children eat his dishes.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah,
Got
he
parents
always he
do
always
for
do
us.
that for us. He always does that
That's
for us.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Elisa, do you also have family photos?
Yes, I do. Right there.
Ah, that's nice. Oh, is
Right.
that
So
your parents? You're
yes, yes,
graduating.
So young,
yes.
Elisa, your parents?
Yeah. No, they are. They are. They are. and it's very impressive. So this was like just last year when they had just graduated from school, and like prior to that is like 3 years of education.
Yeah.
Both my dad and mom went back to school to do theology studies. It's funny because ever since that happened, then rules at home has started to change. So like they would be the ones coming back really late, because because they would
The
be stuck at
students.
school. Yeah, because they're students, right? And they're like studying, or like they are like at project, working on project with their
Wow.
classmates, or like after class, then occasionally sometimes they go for supper. So it's really like the kind of teenager stuff that they do. um, uh, yeah, but it's especially amazing to witness both my parents go through the education. I see the way it's funny at home, because then my mom will be the one nagging at my father, like in a sense, like they would go like mom would be like, mom is the more like studious one, so she'd be like, hey, we have a deadline here, let's get to it. Then dad would just be like, and mom, and it's just funny to watch the both of them like best friends, like trying to get one another to like buck up and do
That's
better
quite
at school.
cute.
It's funny, yeah. And it's also nice because like my sisters and I, oh, so that in that picture,
Mm.
there's the
You're
iPad.
holding something,
It's
yeah.
Yes, it's an iPad with both my sisters in it, because both my sisters were based elsewhere, one down south and one in London. So we this is the best way we gather back then. Yeah.
So they were doing the course and they were still working. It was a part-time
Yeah.
studying. Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
I've
So
always
they would knock off at 6-ish. They would travel, they would rush to school at Aljunied. I live in the west, right? I mean, we're all here. So they would go all the way to Aljunied for class, and then they would make their way back home. And by then it's already 11-ish. Yeah.
wow. Wow. I've always this is one of my takeaways from watching some people and like inspiring parents like yours and Lenny. The fact that sometimes a lot of parents I've heard go like oh, you must study hard, so that you can be better than me with a better life, and you go and work hard, and um but they may not necessarily do that. But I see a lot of parents who are also showing their children, not just telling their children what to do, but the values are lived through the own efforts, through their own hard work, like to actually show the children what working hard means and lifelong learning means, to really do that struggle, because then you show that that can happen. And like what Lenny, you were talking about your daughter, and I'm just so amazed at how well she's doing, and despite all your difficult situations. But it's about, I think, how she sees you, and she learns from that and is able to kind of overcome that. And Elisa, you talked about how your parents they're doing right, all the things that they're doing in your whole life, giving you so much that you have found it that there's enough for you to give to others, and I find that so heartwarming, to hear your stories. Oh, we still have some more photos, right, of Elisa. There's one more that was really cool. The one with you look really happy. Let's try and get back to that screen um of the photos. Yeah,
Right. So that
yeah, different.
yeah.
Yeah, you had
So
another
then
photo. Yeah.
so then I could give some context.
Yep.
So in
Yep.
that picture is my family with my sisters, because
That's nice.
both of them are based elsewhere, were based elsewhere. So annually we would gather for a holiday, and this one was at Vietnam last year. And I
Mm.
mean, it's everything. It's like what Lani says, when they're together with their mother, when the family is together, it's
The
as
whole
though that's all
universe.
you need. Yeah, the whole universe is yours. And right there, I think that our expressions are self-explanatory.
Yeah,
um
exactly.
yeah, and these holidays mean a lot, because this is the ones that we actually gather as a family. Aside from all the calls that we typically do, but physical gathering is always a little different. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's always that so special moment you cherish, right? And I suppose for you guys, because you're apart, that moment together is so um, meaningful and memorable because you're really cherishing those instances. And like you said, the picture speaks 1,000 words. I can see it in your expressions. That's lovely. Yeah, that's a very nice sharing, ladies. I think that's even in our casual sharing of just photos of our families and of our nice memories, we've brought up very key values and issues, I think. I don't know, I just like to hear your thoughts on it, but family being a very fundamental um, part of our lives, and being so important to us. And in many ways, us, I suppose, especially the three of us here, we're just so fortunate because not everybody is blessed with um, such I suppose um,
Warmth.
warm yes relations with
Yeah.
the people we really love. And family, I suppose, can transcend um, biological connections. I mean, it could be people whom you treat as family, who's taken care of you, who has not so it could be that. I mean, we have families beyond our own families as well, and I think these are just lovely things. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I wanted to just move on a bit and touch a little bit about how you guys have been coping and doing. It's been a crazy, crazy period, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What have
Working
you
from
guys
home, even though working from home, it doesn't mean we can relax. Like for
mm,
myself, is we have to switch on the laptop from 8:30 to 5:30 all the way
wow, the
online.
whole
Yes,
time,
the
but
whole
you need to
times.
be physically there.
Not really, but
Yeah,
we have this
on
Skype,
standby.
yeah, yeah. So that's the Skype will show that we are online. So
Online.
when our bosses will be like, okay, Lenny will be online. Okay, this person is online. So even though we want to go to the ladies, we just need to just give a courtesy text and say, hey boss, I'm just going to excuse myself for a while. So it's still
Wow,
the
yeah.
same. We still have to report. There's a lot of emails to end, but meetings after meetings,
Yeah.
everyday meeting. There's always
But
meeting.
that's the
Never
thing
end.
right now. We've always spoken about working, advocating flexible work arrangements and all that. But one important thing is it's still work, and we still need to be accountable for
Yes.
actions. There needs to be still productivity. So I think it's a good time now to kind of figure that out, how it can be meaningfully done, where
Yes.
people can actually do their things, but also get the work done. And also use technology as best as we can. Yeah. Elisa, have you been busy? Um,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
yeah. What have you
Um,
been up to?
so it's fascinating because I mean, okay, so work from home is nothing quite new for me, because when
Mm.
you saw me in the pictures and when
Yes,
you
that's your
found out
question.
that I yes, for most of the time, or prior, in the earlier days when I was when I was running the business, and even during my practice in school, I had already like built all these things around me. So like access is just here. And so working from home isn't that much of a shift in regards to work. And I mean, except for the kind of dynamics I have with my colleagues. So it's quite funny, like my colleagues will be like, my goodness, I can't deal with this anymore, it's getting so lonely working from home. Like, because we used to like check in studio, and it's a small team, it's not like we have a
Mm,
bunch of people that like
yeah,
that we work together. So we're very needed in that sense. um
yeah.
so I think that's that bit, that distance with my colleague, physical distance. But aside from that, being working from home, I think is I I actually really like it. I mean, because I'm in the
Yeah.
midst of my family, like my dad, my mom, and my sister. So one of my sister is back because the one
Oh,
the one that was based in London had gotten back because
oh, okay. The
everyone
situation.
was called back, right?
Mm,
Yeah. um and it's the best time of my life. I mean,
I know, I know.
I
I
think that's
sometimes
all I really need.
I feel a little guilty sometimes. I know people are struggling. There are
Yeah.
a lot of people who have challenges with the circuit breaker period,
Mm.
and I like you, Elisa. I had been having work from home arrangements for quite a bit because especially after my son was born, there were so many appointments I had to go to. So I needed that flexible arrangement. So I would be doing things in between. But the thing that was different was that my parents was I would send him over to their place. I don't do that now. So they could take care of him while I do work. So now what I'm really cherishing are those special moments with my family. My husband is my new colleague, and I've had so many meals together with him, which is far more than I think the number of the whole year, the full like almost 5 years I've been MP. I can count the number of times we've had a meal together because weekends not around, weekday nights I'm not around, and so now like before the fasting month, I am at home for lunch, right? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm liking this so much. Like he's a bit like meh about it, like, I think, but I'm like, isn't this exciting? Isn't this exciting? But yeah, I'm cherishing these moments. So yeah, like Lenny, you're saying that your children would bond with you more. You're spending more time with Darisha.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Dawisha will be always with her HBL. Then I
Oh
know
yeah,
what
yeah,
she's doing. And she's right in front of my eyes, and I know what she's conversing with her ustazah, with her teacher, and also with her friends. So
yeah,
there are something that I see that she's actually a jovial person, and
yeah.
she is very likable. Her friends all like her. Everybody was like, "Hey, Davisha, can you tell me what is this?" They will mute, with the teacher. They will mute the screen and stop the
Oh,
camera and
okay.
something like that. And then the friend was like, "Hey, Davisha," they said, "Hey, Davisha, why your friend is always doing that to you?" And I said, "Oh, they like me, mommy, because I'm always there for them." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever.
That's so sweet. Yeah, I think the kids grow up so fast.
Yeah.
Just a few. I don't know, the days are long. Someone told me this. One of our residents actually said days are long, but the years are so fast. They just pass by, and the next time you see your kid is like grown up. And my son is now
Yeah.
ordering me around. But yeah, this is really. Have you had more like, do you do like baking and all that? I hear that a lot of people are into that now. Do you guys? Okay, I know that Lisa has her thing with her sewing. I don't know. Do you do extra things like cooking and all that,
No,
Lisa?
I cook.
Cooking you do,
No,
I guess.
no. My well, actually, you see, that's the blessing of mothers, right? And
Oh.
parents. So, like, my mom and my dad will cook. Um, and I just continue to make masks.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, I must say thank you as well because Lisa had also volunteered to also help out with a couple of the masks. And you also have very fancy looking. I saw your website. I was gonna
Oh yes,
ask you for the to ask if I could tailor a
yes,
little bit more because I saw some products that I like. I will take this offline. When I
yes,
ask
yes,
you
yes.
the
That's
blouses,
possible.
the dresses, yeah. But yeah, it's just been I said that because people were telling me that a lot of baking products are running out. I see it. Oh, where do you get yeast? Or how to get the baking products and all that? Because I think a lot of people are ordering and doing all those things at home, and so that's quite funny.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I think we all have different stories and experiences with the circuit breaker. It is about, I think, making the best out of it. I know for some it's just really, really challenging, and I really acknowledge that. And I do want to have things back to normal because I think there are also a lot of sacrifices that even though we are enjoying this, a lot of things affected, like businesses, Elisa, is something that's definitely affected because of this. And also the um, people whom is outside our small family, right? Our bigger extended family, whom we miss so much and really want to meet. Things like Hari Raya, things that are just going to be different. So we definitely want things to go back to normal. But I suppose it's time for us to kind of stay together. Maybe you guys being such inspirational ladies, you want to share some thoughts and some inspiring words for those who are going through this and how we can stay together.
Maybe I go first.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. After what I have been through, I know it's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. Uh, you struggle, whatever you struggle, that struggle is your strength. So if you can resist becoming negative and hopeless, in time your struggle will be your everything. So to all mothers out there, you're loved, you're appreciated, you're being remembered. So wishing you guys happiness because nobody deserve it more than you do. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Lenny. You're making me cry again.
Now she make me want to cry
Okay.
too.
Yeah, I know. So, Elisa, your kind words and thoughts and a Mother's Day greeting to everyone and your
Right.
mother.
I think I genuinely think that motherhood is the is the is like the biggest thing on earth. I think, I mean, that's why it's my dream to be a mother. It's not to be a fashion designer. um but exactly because I mean, I'm looking at the kind of capacity to love from Lenny, from my mother, from you. It's something that I don't understand today, but maybe someday I might. Until then, I think mothers are amazing, and I think you all are. You all are my inspiration, and I look forward to the day where I can learn from all of you.
You're too kind,
Yeah,
Elisa.
Eliza.
You have it in you, man. At your tender young age, you're already inspiring so many people.
Yes. Proud of you,
Um,
Eliza.
yeah.
Thank you.
I want to close, but I understand there is a surprise photo that we want to show.
Surprise photo.
Let's see. Let me see, yeah. Whether I
Oh.
Oh my God!
Is that
Oh, it
your
makes me
mom?
want to cry. That's my mom. That's my
Oh my
mom, and
god.
I think she's watching this. And Ibu, selamat hari Ibu. Um, I would like to actually wish Happy Mother's Day to all the women out there, but especially to the women in my life. Um, my sister, Anna, my sister-in-law, Maisha, and my new sister-in-law who just became a mother, Yunaisa, as well as
Oh.
my mother-in-law, Mama. Selamat Hari Ibu, and to my mom especially. Uh, I can't even begin to describe the sacrifices she's made for me my whole life, and the things she continues to do for me, and the love she continues to pour for my son. You know that Aiden has some special needs, and it's sometimes a challenge, but always a blessing. My family has shown nothing but unconditional love to him, and my mom especially has just given her all to me and Aiden and my family. And I just want to wish her the best of health, the best of life and happiness and joy. And I hope she knows, despite my sometimes tantrums and unpredictable moments, I love her, and I hope that this is something she's happy doing. I hope I make her proud and I make her happy. And thank you. I think I need to get tissue now. So thank you so much, ladies, for taking this time to
Thank
be
you so
with
much
me
for the invitation.
and for your
Yes, pleasure.
stories. I feel that it's just so heartwarming. It's such a lovely tribute to mothers today. So it's this wonderful, inspiring women who are talking about mothers and their journeys, and wishing everybody well. So thank you. We'll close now, but I hope we continue to keep in touch, and I hope we have
Yes.
an occasion to physically hug and see you guys again soon. I would really, really love to, uh, you know, have that moment to thank you personally for taking this time. Hopefully, we can resume our normal activities. I really miss the residents. I miss my floor parties, block parties, hanging out, and I hope to catch up with you
Yeah.
guys when things calm down. But till then, there's the internet and there's opportunities like this to keep in touch. So take care, stay well, stay safe. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye and selamat berbuka puasa ya.
Selamat berbuka. Still very early in the day, but yes, selamat berpuasa. Thank you so much. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.